snacks.
What it do, snackers, snackettes, and snack X's, snack people? It's your boy Gage. I am here with Sin.
Yes, sir.
You are now tuned in to Loading Snacks Weekly, where we get together once a week and we talk about all kinds of things that are happening in pop culture. And today, Jokes is not here, but he's on his way.
Yes.
All right, Sin. What time? What's up, Doctor Who?
What up, BP?
What time, BP? What up, bro? Great to see you this weekend, man. What time does Joke show up?
I'm gonna give him 850.
850.
Yeah.
All right. All right. All right.
I should probably push that back, but I'm giving my man some faith. I don't know why.
I was gonna say like 854.
Okay.
Just to, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Just because. Either way, though, we have a lot to talk about, and there are things we can talk about that don't have to do with jokes.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there are things that we like to do that jokes doesn't participate in.
Like play games.
He plays a lot of games, though.
Let me rephrase that. Play cooperative games with his friends and coworkers and colleagues, and just.
He might play with his coworkers. Friends, though, I don't know. I feel like he used to play a lot.
Doctor Who says 905.
All right, I'm with it. 905. The bets are coming in.
Hey, so,
mama. Yeah. So we know he's coming, and that's the most important thing.
Absolutely.
I had to make sure that wasn't him shooting me a text like, I'm about to be in there. Because he'll do that sometimes. He might be listening right now.
Might be.
Like, why are y'all talking bad about me? We just want to play games with you, buddy.
That's all, man. That's all.
Yeah. It's a wonderful Tie Tuesday. And, we have a lot to discuss. Sin,
yeah.
Is there anything you want to talk about?
Wow. Only thing on my mind is I finally got around to watching the last season of My Hero over the weekend, and it was great. Like it was, really a fire season. So
now, when you say finally, hashtag we'll wait till it gets here. Let's not, because you could put anybody's name on the end of that. Feels like we haven't played at all this year yet. Now, do you see the capital letters?
I saw it. Oh, I saw it.
You see the capital letters?
Yeah, I saw the shots fired. Yeah.
I feel like that can't be true. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm almost positive that the second most recent update to Grand Theft, we all played together.
Yeah.
Like they did a half update, and
right,
then they just recently did the rest of the update.
Yeah, the first half, though, we definitely played together.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was this year.
Yeah.
That wasn't that long ago, but I understand feeling like.
I understand.
Now, I bring that up because the reviews are hitting for Dead Island 2. And they are midland. They're like 7s-ish. What up, Kern? They're like 7s-ish, right? Yeah. Like they're not super high. But people are saying like they're having fun playing it. But that is just like, it's not great. Like the story is not really memorable or, whatever. Now, we played Dead Island 1.
Oh, yeah.
Voodoo. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
All around the resort. Loving it.
What's memorable about it is that song. Who do you voodoo? If you're unfamiliar, I can't even sing the rest of the lyrics. Just look up Who Do You Voodoo?
Yeah, just go to YouTube. Yeah, just type it in.
Just listen, because it's like literally how the game opens. Outside of that, Sin.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it wasn't like 11 years. It was like 2011 when that game came out.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
I don't really remember the story technically. You know what I mean? It's just like it's a zombie outbreak, like whatever.
Yeah, zombie outbreak. You're trying to escape. Just like all of them.
I mean, I remember we played it a lot and we punished it. Like and we had a blast. But I feel like the thing that was probably most memorable about it was the co-op sessions. It was just like everybody being in together, running around, attacking things, and trying not to get killed, and creating weapons.
Yeah, for me, it was, yes, the co-op, all four of us getting in, having a good time. And it was the setting. I actually liked the setting of it being at a resort, just something a little bit different than the normal stuff. So
sure,
I appreciate that about it. Then in the end, we got into jungle stuff. And it was like, all right, let's just push through and knock this out.
We had to get off the island somewhere, right? It was Dead Island. We were on an island. This is Dead Island, and it's not on an island. It's in LA.
Yeah.
And they like just keep calling it Hell A. It's like a Left 4 Dead type game. Graphics won't wow you. Cheesy gameplay, but yes. Well, now here's the thing. It's not really
Left 4 Dead. No, it's not Left 4 Dead. That's Back 4 Blood. Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, like Dead Island. Again, we played the bejesus out of Dead Island.
Mm-hmm.
I am a little bit concerned about like it doesn't have a standard upgrade system, so like the characters that you can choose in it have like stats, you know what I mean? Like you know what and here's the thing, every review that I have read or I have listened to, it seems like everybody is playing single player, right? Like people are like, they beat the game in like 20 hours. And, not really doing the side missions, just kind of maining the main story or whatever to get through it. So it's not like it's super long. Maybe the difficulty is different, I would imagine, when you have more people, but nobody seems to really be talking about what the co-op is like. But people seem to be saying like it seems like you could have a really good time playing it, but they don't really do anything new. Like you can't really help but compare it to Dying Light. And they're like, Dying Light 2 is a better game overall with like the parkour and the characters are more memorable and the stuff you can do, which is another co-op zombie apocalypse game. So the question is, should we spend the money to get this game? Because the other thing is, unlike the first Dead Island, which was 4-player co-op, this is only 3-player co-op.
Yep, good old 3-player.
Now, here's the thing.
Trying to circle back a little bit ago to what we were talking about.
Oh, you know, I'll never, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're going to connect the dots.
Yeah.
You and I and Cuddy will make short work of some zombies.
Oh, easy.
Jokes?
I could call play for play what would happen with jokes.
Let me do it. Run it down.
Two things would happen. One, he would get it and not play it with us. Or he would get it, he's going to play it, and by the next time we play again, he's going to be at level 100, and we're going to be at like level 6.
Right, because he gets addicted and just plays and plays and plays and plays by himself and whatever. And look, I don't know from a co-op standpoint whether it's like, because here's the thing. Again, you don't have a normal upgrade system in this. The way it works is like as you technically level, you get like cards. So it is kind of doing the Back 4 Blood thing. Okay. We have cards and you can apply those cards to do certain things. Like if you like to use electrified weapons, it'll be a card that does something where like when you hit somebody with an electrified weapon, if it kills them, they explode and it harms other things. But like you don't really get to change the actual aspects or attributes of the character you pick. So you have to pick the character wisely. The other thing I need to find out is whether or not if one person has chosen one character, are you now locked out of that other character? right? I did have somebody complaining there's a character named Bruno, and that character has like the lowest health. And they're like, yo, if you pick Bruno, you just got to know, like, you're going to keep getting killed. You get hit 3 times, you're done. You're going to keep getting killed. You're going to keep having to start stuff over and over and over again. And that makes me feel like that is a character who is intended for you to play with other people. Like, you're not really supposed to play it.
He'll be a tough start, but if you can get him up there, it'll pay off. But it's going to be a really difficult start for Bruno.
Let me tell you something. There's no doubt in my mind, and we can make almost anything fun.
Oh, what? Easy.
There's no doubt in my mind we could get this and have a good time.
I'm positive we could.
At the same time, Dying Light 2, I'm sure, is like not even, it's probably half price.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost the same game, but everybody is saying it's better. What do we do? Because here's the other thing. Now, I can tell you right now, I'm not going to buy Zelda. I'm not playing Tears of the Kingdom, but that's coming out in like 2 weeks.
I plan on getting it when I finish the first one. So until that happens,
it'll be 3-4 years before you do that. Like, Switch won't even exist. I mean, it'll exist, but like, there'll be a new console by the time you do that, if that's the case. And
Star Wars
is like next week.
Yeah, and that's a definite purchase. Like,
is it?
For me, yeah.
See, here's the thing. It's not for me. But the problem is that if it's a definite purchase for you, that means you're going to be busy once that joint drops.
I'm going to get it once I run back through the story of the last one. So I downloaded it on my box. I'm going to New Plus mode. I don't got to look for nothing. I'm putting on story mode, and I'm just walking to the end just for the story.
What did I tell you I just did?
You just downloaded and did the upgrade for it and everything. Mm-hmm. You just re-downloaded it.
So, like, I was going to try. Because I didn't really like the game.
Yeah.
The new joint looks dope, though. But I wasn't, like, a major fan. So, we're at a crossroads. Here's what I tell you. We're about to do if Cuddy's getting it, I'll get it.
Ball's in your court, Cuddy, looks like.
Because I can't, cause I have to keep it a buck, dog. Like, yeah, I know BP. And I know you got to be ready to get this game. But, like, I ain't playing the last Star Wars joint. Can't wait till it's free on Game Pass. That's good, though. I can wait till it's free on Game Pass. See, that's what I'm saying. Or are you talking about the new? You talking about?
I think you're talking about Star Wars.
Survivor. You talking about that?
Yeah, that's what I think he's talking about.
Well, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
Dead Island.
If Cuddy's getting Dead Island too, I'll make the Assassin's Creed leap of faith.
Oof.
Speaking of which,
all right, let us know what you're doing, Cuddy. Honestly, I'm good either way. I can wait till it pops up on Game Pass, or I can get in there and run through and have a great time. Like I can go either way with it.
Well, for Jedi?
No, for Dead Island.
You know what? There's a part of me that feels like Dead Island. It seems like a Game Pass game, but I feel like it's not going to end up there. It won't end up there unless we buy it. And then
one of those things, yeah.
You know what I mean? It'll be there. Speaking of Assassin's Creed, Ubisoft Plus. God, I knew it.
Damn it, Cuddy. Read between the lines. All right.
I'm going to the game store.
Yeah.
Ubisoft Plus is now available on Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
We need to talk about this. Did you look into it at all?
No, I saw the pricing point and I was like, I'm
okay,
good.
What did you see?
I think it was $18.99.
All right, so let's talk about that for a second. Because there are two different pricing plans. So, okay. Let's dial it back a little bit. So for anybody who's unaware, Ubisoft Plus is sort of similar to Game Pass in that it is a subscription service that allows you access to. The wording is weird. In one place, it says like 60 Ubisoft games, and another place it says like over 100, but I digress. It's basically a monthly service that allows you access to Ubisoft games. So Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs, For Honor, Rainbow Six. They have all like the board games, Uno, Monopoly, like all of that kind of stuff. And so you basically just have access to them and you can run them. Now, what I'm not positive on is whether or not it is streaming or if they're download, but I believe they're download.
Okay.
So I have to do some digging and try to get some clarification on this because it seems like it's different everywhere. I did manage to get clarification because it wasn't completely clear. It does include day one new release games. So new Assassin's Creed games that are coming out, all that kind of stuff. So if you have it in those games. Right now, what happened for me, I know, listen, and here's the thing, Cuddy. So here's where I'm at. The first and foremost is that I looked at it and basically everything that's in the service I already have. In terms of Ubisoft games that I know I'll play anyway, right?
Same here.
Assassin's Creed games, I have them all. And they also say that like in some cases you get like the deluxe version of the game, like with the, but it's
okay.
It doesn't seem to be clear whether that means all games that have a deluxe version. Like the wording is just kind of like it's very unclear. Now the service has been around for like 2 or 3 years. When they initially announced it, it was PC and it was on Amazon. It's on Luna.
Yes.
It's an add-on for Luna. Then last year, I think it was last year, there were rumors that it was coming to Game Pass and ended up being announced for PlayStation. So it's been on PlayStation for like a year. And it is only part, you have to have PlayStation Extra.
Okay.
Or Premium. But I believe that it's included as part of those. Might have to double check it. But either way, if you just have...
I'll check on that afterwards since I got the premium joint. Yeah.
If you only have Ubisoft, I mean, if you only have Essential, you can't get Ubisoft Plus, at least on PlayStation 5. Oh, it's Tuesday. So here's the thing. So usually, when I go to work on Tuesdays, it's Tie Tuesday. And so that's just kind of become a thing over the years. So sometimes if I had that kind of day at work and when I get home, I just come out of this joint, you may or may not see me in a tie when I get here. Today, that didn't happen. So that's why. It's Tie Tuesday. Now, here's the other thing. Again, I did get clarification that day and date games, you do get day one. So for $18 and $19 a month, if there's enough games that you either don't own and you would or want to play, or they are releasing enough games to justify how much it costs you over, say, the course of a year, whatever, it might be worth it. Right now, as I look at it, I feel like, if a game is $70, I don't know that I don't think there's an Assassin's Creed coming at all this year. I don't even know that they're gonna have one next year. Like,
wasn't that was supposed to be coming this year? The Persia one was that supposed to be coming, but I'm pretty sure we can push back.
Ubisoft is kind of tricky right now. Yeah. So I don't have a lot of faith in that. Now, the other thing is that I've seen 2 price points. So there is a multi-platform price point, which is the $18.99.
Okay.
And then there's like another one that's only like $14.99. But that is supposed to be single platform. What I have not been able to figure out, it looks like that is like just for PC.
The single platform one.
Like if you're on Xbox, you have to do the $18 one, $19 one, but then that would allow you access to your account and your games on PlayStation, on Xbox, and on PC.
Okay.
So depending on how you play, what you do, how, if you're, into it enough, maybe it's worth it. But it feels like you're forced into that on console.
Yeah, because if you're only an Xbox player, you don't have a PC, you don't have a PlayStation, you're paying extra for absolutely nothing.
Which is a little ridiculous. But I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to go to the store right now. Because apparently I got to get Dead Island anyway. So,
let me know how many gigs that thing is. Because I might need some space.
Well, I'm downloading Minecraft Legends right now. So, actually, that might be done.
Yeah, it's Minecraft.
Well, it's Minecraft Legends. So when I do a search in the store for Ubisoft Plus, like that joint doesn't even come up. I don't even know how you find this joint. I type in Ubisoft Plus and like N++ came up.
Oh.
And then like Monopoly and Rabbids, Far Cry, which was only like $15 right now. Which is another thing, because I was like, I never did Far Cry 6. Maybe I'll jump Far Cry 6. That joint is less than it cost me to get a subscription right now. You know what I'm saying? Like that joint. Yeah. It's kind of childlike. Like I own that. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I don't know, dog. Like it doesn't. I'll be honest. I don't even know how to find it. Okay, wait, let's do this. Let's go to subscriptions. Minecraft, Elder Scrolls, GTA. I don't. All right, so they don't. All right, so that's a no. Anyway, so hey, bro, if it's not easy to find, you don't want me to buy it. That's where I live. That's where I live right now. If it ain't easy to find, I want to find it. I do want you to know, Sin, that right now it's looking like Doctor Who is getting ready to win this joint because it's 11:54.
Yeah.
Your man's not here. I don't know, dog. Like, I don't think we're getting Beyond Good and Evil ever. Beyond Good and Evil 2, I don't think it's happening.
I've almost given up at this point, yeah. There's been zero news and nothing about that. We saw that years ago. You appreciate this one?
I guess,
yes, you did.
You are the winner. They put out a dance game every year. You like, nah.
Ain't that Beyond Good and Evil 2, though?
You're not getting it. It's not happening. Skull and Bones? Are you going to play Skull and Bones? Are you interested in it?
I think it's interesting, but I know I'm not going to play. I might try it if there's like a free trial or something of that sort. I would give it a try, but it's one of them open multiplayer things. Everybody's running around, blowing your ships up and all that kind of stuff. Like, I would tinker, but probably wouldn't stick with it.
So let me ask you this. That joint got pushed back.
Sure did.
I don't even know if it has a date. What's coming out first? Hold on.
Okay.
Skull and Bones.
Okay.
Or Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Which also just got pushed back to February 2nd of next year. That joint's supposed to come out in like a month.
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad is coming out before Skull and Bones.
Yeah.
Skull and Bones is currently dated, I believe, for fall 2023.
Yeah, but they got 8 pushbacks so far. I'll believe it when the reviews start coming in and all that kind of stuff.
All right, so let me tell you what just happened. So Jokes just signed in the Xbox Live.
Did he or did Tatiana?
Maybe. Maybe somebody did, but usually Tot will jump into the comments and let me know she's here. Let's see what happens. Waiting for 9:05.
9:05. Okay, eyes on the clock.
Suicide Squad. So there were rumors that it was getting pushed back to next year, even though they literally just did a state of play. And now there are rumors that there was a high possibility they were going to push it back to next year before the state of play. Sin, we have to talk about this. Why would you go through with a state of play that is dedicated to your game, which is not a console exclusive, if your game's not ready? And you're talking about pushing it back a year, bro. A year. I mean, you're not completely wrong, BP. The Suicide Squad game is it's vaporware currently. Like, we know that it exists in some form because we've seen gameplay footage. The initial thought was it being pushed back to next year was a reaction. There's your man. Was a result of the reaction from the state of play. People hate it. Now, I didn't hate it. It just doesn't look that interesting to me. Suicide Squad coming like the new Mutants. I mean, but the New Mutants movie came out.
It did.
It did come out.
Welcome.
What's up, man? Welcome to the show. You all right?
Good.
Did you speed coming home?
No, I didn't. I didn't do no Fast and the Furious typeness.
Take your time. Take your time. Get here. We are happy to have you. We were taking bets on.
Yeah.
What time? Everybody was wrong.
Like over. There was like over and under. Was it all like over and under?
Nah, like just Sim said that you was gonna be here already. I don't even know why. And then he was like, I shouldn't even said
that.
Even though I literally said, yeah, I'm gonna be at work.
Nah, but we knew that. But he just said you would be here. He said like 8:50.
Yeah, 8:50.
I appreciate the slight vote of confidence there.
Oh yeah, that's not happening no more.
He immediately like don't.
Yeah, like I was like, I know I shouldn't be saying this, but I would try to give my man 8:50.
Dr. Who said 9:05, and I appreciate that. But you won that. But Heather's excited that she beat you here. So
yep.
Now, as far as I know,
I beat Ty. Right? Ty hasn't shown up in the chat yet. So.
Usually he announces himself, and he hasn't. So okay. I'm gonna assume you beat Ty. Yeah. So okay. I kind of want to run down the list of things that people seem to be upset about as far as the Suicide Squad game was concerned. People seem to hate that it seemed like more of a third-person action shooter than that's not what they want from Rocksteady. Like, it was really just a bunch of characters kind of floating in the air and just doing a lot of shooting, and they didn't seem to like that. They seem to hate the idea that they were shooting at things that had like bright glowing purple pieces, and it's like you just have to shoot those targets to destroy them. Like, people were very upset about that for some reason. And for me, I understand that, like, here's what's crazy. And maybe I'm wrong for this. Feel free to tell me where you sit on it. People seem to think that Rocksteady, as a developer, is this incredible developer. Like, they're just, oh my God, Rocksteady, they make incredible games. Rocksteady made...
I was about to say, not plural.
They made one game. Like, and I'm not saying, like, they made a game that had a sequel, that then had a sequel by somebody else that people didn't like, that then had a sequel by them that people hated parts of, like driving the Batmobile. They made a Batman game that had a sequel. So, like, they made a Batman game, and then they basically updated that game, and then they basically updated that game again. Like, I have a hard time viewing a particular developer as, like, a great developer when you've done one thing. I'm ready for Rocksteady to do something other than what I've seen them do already. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, Kojima is Metal Gear. Like, we get that. But and a lot of his games fall in that same umbrella, but he's done more than that. Capcom as a developer is what I consider a great developer. Nintendo as a developer is what I consider as a great developer. EA as a developer is what I consider a great developer because they do things that are in other genres. Not everything is for everybody. And that's okay, right? Not everybody plays Street Fighter. Not everybody plays Resident Evil. Capcom makes both. Not everybody plays Mega Man. Capcom makes that. Like, they've been at it for a very long time. They have a long list of IP that are their IP, that are their creations as well, right? Where Rocksteady was fortunate enough to get an IP that belonged to somebody else, right? So they got Batman. Cool. What the expectation is from Rocksteady for me is if Suicide Squad was 4 players, but it was basically just the Suicide Squad, but it was more Arkham City, what for? And I think the problem for a lot of people is like, if this game doesn't come out until February 2024, February 2nd, 2024 is when this game is scheduled to release now. It will have been 9 years since they released the game. Their last game, which was a Batman game, like all of their games, was 9 years ago. So not only are they a one-trick pony as far as I'm concerned, which isn't terrible. It's not that they didn't do what they did well. They're still stuck in the same universe, dealing with the same characters. And it's nice to see them be able to expand beyond just Batman. But like the last trailer they really showed, Batman was the most important thing because Kevin Conroy had just passed away. Insomniac is another that made different. Exactly. Before they did Spider-Man, Insomniac has done all kinds of stuff and has been at it for a long time. And unfortunately, they weren't able to keep a lot of their IP. Sony owned them or somebody else had them. Activision owned them, or whatever. For me, it's not that what Rocksteady did with the Batman games wasn't cool. It was. But let me see him do something different. So there's a part of me that feels like, okay, you did the state of play. You put it out there in front of people. The people who were expecting more Batman from you, you didn't get out in front of it enough to say this isn't going to be the same thing, right? I do think a little bit of what they're dealing with is people coming off of Gotham Knights and that not being what people wanted because people wanted that to be more like Rocksteady's Batman stuff, and it wasn't. And it's not a terrible game, but it's not what people really wanted.
Expected.
Right? And so I feel like people were like, man, Gotham Knights is okay, but wait till Rocksteady drops this Suicide Squad is going to be. And I feel like that expectation is unfair. And there's a part of me that wishes that they would just say, they would stick to their guns and say, no, this is our vision for this game. We can do more than what we have done. Right? And maybe they don't have enough people to say, here's what we're going to do. We're going to spin off and have like a smaller team create something different that's like a downloadable game or something like that, so you can see what other chops we have, so you can see that we can do more than that, right? Like the idea of Playground Games, who we only really know for making Forza Horizon, the fact that they're the team that's working on Fable is exciting to me.
Yeah, because that's completely different.
I don't really know what to expect, right? But I know that they have a pedigree, and I know that with what they have done, there's a level of perfection that they go for. So I can expect something that's highly polished and is ready to go, even if it's something that they don't normally do. I would much rather have seen Rocksteady put their foot down and be like, nah, this is what it is. Get it in your hands, play it, tell me it's terrible. Don't look at it, don't watch us. You don't like it, this isn't what I want. What are you doing? This is stupid. Because that's what the internet is good for.
Oh, yeah. I think that's what they should do. Because I think the Batman ones that they did were just, they made a really great Batman game. You know what I mean? This is Suicide Squad. They don't do the same things that Batman does. You know what I mean? So they're creating it around the Suicide Squad. So okay, we may not have those counters and fighting 10 dudes and ones like that's a Batman thing. It's not a Suicide Squad thing. And I think everybody wants the Batman games in the Suicide Squad game, and that's not what this is. Right. And I think when people saw the gameplay, it took them aback. I personally didn't care about the purple stuff because I'm like, I don't know what this mission is. I don't know what context it is, but this is the one thing they want to show us. All right, cool. To beat the big robot thing, we have to shoot a pro bot. Yeah, like that's nothing we're unfamiliar of in these type of games. Okay, shoot the weak spots, to bring the guy down and keep it going. Like, I think they got to give him some. I agree. Rocksteady should say something to put it out there to people, and people just need to relax and realize this is not Batman. This is Suicide Squad. It's not going to be the same thing. It's going to be something more so within their expertise and their lane. And the shooting thing, I'm pretty sure it'll be some close combat, of course, but the shooting thing seems to be, I don't know, spot on for me.
I think you're right. They should say something. Like, look, if the decision is made and you need to delay the game, that's cool. Maybe it's for reasons that we don't know. Right?
Fully know.
Right now, a lot of what people are talking about online is like, if they delayed it because of the things that people seem to not like about it, is the delay that they've given it enough time for them to fix those things, right? Because it seems very like there's games as a service and they want to try to make money out of it and stuff like that because of the outfits and stuff that they announce and stuff later and all that kind of stuff, right? And that there would be additional content. There's also part of it that's like maybe they don't have that additional content ready enough. Because that's one of the issues with games as a service too. Is like that's what happened with Marvel's Avengers. Right? There just wasn't enough content to keep people in.
You gotta be able to roll it out.
Now it had so many issues. Rather than being able to focus on making sure that content was ready to roll out, they had a bunch they had to fix before they could do that. Right?
Fast, because my game was broke.
You had to broke.
Very broken.
I don't know why I was just forced.
I could not beat the game. They just said, nah.
It was like, nah, you're done. So look, man, you think Suicide Squad comes out though?
Realistically, it'll be Skull and Bones before that. I honestly do.
You think Skull and Bones will make it out this year?
I do. Only because of the fact that Ubisoft did a whole thing about a whole 30-minute presentation about it a couple months ago.
I don't mean nothing.
That don't
mean nothing.
Hold on.
You're going to use that.
Hold on. They did that, and then they pushed it back. This joint, they did a whole they let another company do a presentation, and then they pushed it back. And within a week of them doing that presentation, there was already articles like, nah, this joint's getting pushed back the next year. Like Jeff Grubb literally was like, this joint's not coming out till next year. It's all, you know what I mean? But now that they've made the statement, he's like, nah, they were talking about delaying this joint to next year, weeks before the state of play, bro.
That's just stupid.
Why would you do that? What kind of money did Sony give them for the marketing for it? But they were like, well, we got to do the state of play.
It don't matter. You guys come in here and just do this. But
yeah.
Because at this point, they just did a state of play for Final Fantasy 16, and if Square was like, yeah, that joint's not coming out till next year.
Right.
What are you gonna do? It's just where we are. Jokes.
Yo.
Can you do me a favor?
What's up?
Now that you're here, can you do your job?
Oh, do my job now? Yeah, I can do my job now.
Jokes is gonna get that Beacons link up for y'all. And there's probably more people here now than there would have been if you was here when we started. So that's cool.
True.
Jump in, check out the Beacons link. Check us out on Kick. That's the new platform that we're on. It seems to be working well for people. We'll see if it works well for us. But
it
will
work.
We just kind of let's go where the people are. So please check that out. While you're checking that out, make sure you hit our merch store. You still have time to jump in and grab one of these wonderful shirts or a hoodie or stickers or something like that to help us support autism research. So all the proceeds from these shirts go to the Organization for Autism Research. So please check out our merch site and grab one of those before the month is over. And if you grab one, take a picture, shoot it to us, DM one of us, let us know you got it. We'd love to hear it. That would be awesome. Sin.
Yeah.
You like Slurpees.
Love them.
I know.
I had a bad one the other day. Oh my gosh, it was so disgusting. It was a new flavor called vanilla. I was like, that doesn't sound like it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. Because I want to try it. Like you just said, I love Slurpees.
Right.
Look, ice cream slash.
Yeah, trust me, I knew I was going into dangerous territory when I got it. Got in the car, I got like halfway through it, chucked that thing. Like, no, it was disgusting.
Oh, you threw it out the window?
It was like, hot. That's why.
Somebody could have died, bro. Like,
no. When I got to, I was going through the trash. Yeah, but no, I couldn't
chuck that joint out the window and hit the car behind him.
No, I ain't that disgusting. No.
So, how familiar are you with Bring Your Own Cup Day?
Yeah, I know about it. Yeah, people be trying to, people be going crazy.
Hey, bro, they do. That's a fact. April 29th is Bring Your Own Cup. I'm gonna try this picture and see if it. You know how this thing tends to do. Let's see if this works. Nope. You see that hole right there? If your cup don't fit in there,
I know it's a big ass hole.
But $1.99, your cup must fit. If your cup fits in that joint, exactly.
How do you get it?
Bad Slurpee. It was vanilla. That's how.
Go try that vanilla flavor. Trust me, it has a nasty aftertaste. Ugh.
I wouldn't even.
Nah, vanilla Slurpee, you can have that.
I'm not getting it ever again. I'm never getting that again.
We do have some more video game stuff to talk about. But before we do that, this weekend I snuck off to Big Lick Comic-Con Nova. It was kind of like an all-star Comic-Con reunion. It's a lot of just good folks and a lot of people going, I mean, we should have another all-star Comic-Con. Kevin and Mike need to make this happen. Like, it was a lot of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's Nova. It's in that spot, man. And it was just like, it was really good to see everybody. So if anybody's watching, it was just really good to see everybody. It was good to hang out. It was good to spend some time over the weekend. It was good to do a little karaoke with people. Some decent guests there. Ming's kind of a regular for us, but hung out with Ming, Chen. Listen, jokes. I feel like you should have called out of work.
I was holding on to that one because I felt like there was going to have to. There's going to be a burn for something that we need.
Let me tell you something. So, Jake the Snake Roberts.
Mm-hmm.
One, that's a big dude.
Yeah,
that's a big dude. Like, he's bigger in person than he looks.
Yeah,
on
he's
TV.
like 6'4", if I'm not mistaken. Well, 6'4", 6'5", somewhere around there.
That's a big dude. But listen, my man was in that joint like on oxygen, like sitting at his table with a tank and the joint in action. And I was like, Joke should have called out. He should have called out and he should have came up here. Because you just, like, who knows, man?
You never know.
Who knows, bro? But then, like, straight up, man, 80s wrestlers are built different for sure. Like, not that current wrestlers aren't. Like, them, but they look like they're big. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Like, he definitely has been through it. And again, I'm glad he's still here. But it was kind of unsettling to like see sitting at his table with the oxygen tank, and it just reminded me how old I am. Like I was a child watching him. Mm-hmm. So like just but to have like two wrestlers there 2 Power Rangers there. Zuko was a jokes. You messed up, dog.
One weekend.
Should have called out. Called out, dog. We did get to take a good picture. Lainey showed up late. I'm not even gonna tell her business on that, but on Sunday, which was cool, and it was good to catch up with D and Frosty. And hang out with me. Here's the thing. I want y'all to know something.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this picture. Okay. Now, I have a lot of pictures at conventions.
Mm-hmm.
Most of those pictures are with y'all. I'm the tallest person in this picture. This picture is incredible, bro. You hear me? This picture is incredible, dog. Y'all don't know nothing. Y'all don't know nothing about
my man had his moment.
Like Lainey got on heels, bruh. Frosty got on heels, bruh. It's real out here. Let's look at it again. Look at this. Now, look, I'm cheating a little bit because I can keep my hat high. So people don't know, like the hat, you know what I'm saying, adds a little bit. You weren't gonna say nothing, BP? Hey, Slim. That right there, man, that's a good picture. That's a good picture right there. Cuddy said Jake was worse off years ago. DDP helped him. Yeah, no doubt. Like, again, I'm glad he's around. I'm just saying.
Yeah, MCW. Yeah, I've been out there. I've been up at the MCW a good amount of times.
Yeah.
I've taken pictures. Like I got pictures with Matt Hardy. Trying to think. My favorite one had to be with Bullet Club, Tongatawa, and Tongaloa. Probably my favorite one. And I got to hold their IWGP tag team belt and the Ring of Honor tag team belt. That was probably my favorite one. Diamond Dallas Page. I got a picture with him at one for it.
BP.
The lollipop. Yeah. I may be able to pull up the picture and show you too while we're talking a little bit. Let's see if I can.
Yeah, listen, I want you to know that like the MCW crew, like some of the owners and people who do stuff behind the scenes, they go to the karaoke bar frequently.
Oh,
like with their jackets on. It's crazy. Yeah, it is though. It's actually dope. So yeah, Big Lick was cool. Good people, had a good time. Decent sized con.
Okay.
Decent stuff on the stage. Got to see Jason from Aim Hit Go. Hanging out doing this thing. It's good to see him just kind of back in action. Yeah, made some good connections, did some networking, met some people, and got some snacks.
Gotta get
them. He's down for some MCW shows, jokes.
Oh, I'm good with that. I'm actually gonna send this one to myself so I can put it up.
While you're getting that together, we need to have a discussion about the state of Halo.
Oh,
what? You have feelings, jokes?
No, it's just there's a lot of the faces behind, like in certain positions, have been slowly leaving, going to other places, and you know what? For good reasons, starting other companies, joining on with other games. So good reasoning, but in return, Halo's losing a lot of those focal people, which honestly, for the majority of those that play the games, may not really realize how important some of their roles are. But when you're someone that like started with the franchise, like originally when it came out.
Yeah, I mean, look, so today or yesterday it got announced that Frank O'Connor was leaving, or that he left. Like he's been gone for like a month or more or something like that, and it just recently hit that's the case.
What's up, Alfonso?
What's happening, Alfonso?
What's up, man?
But in recent months, Bonnie Ross gone. Joseph Staten was like last week or the week before. Now Frank O'Connor, right? And these are some of the biggest key players from Halo's history. A lot of them were there in the beginning. Some of them were at Bungie and transitioned into 343. Some of them basically, like Bonnie Ross, had been at Microsoft for years before she was doing anything with 343. But and just here's the thing, man. Halo hasn't been good since Halo 3. Well, it hasn't been great since Halo 3.
Yeah.
Right? There have been parts of it that have been good. Right? If you were into the multiplayer, maybe you liked the multiplayer in Halo 5. Maybe nobody seemed to like the story of Halo 4.
No.
ODST was cool as kind of like a side thing. But realistically, since 343 has been at the helm of Halo, it has not been what it was when Bungie was at the helm of Halo. That's just what the facts are. BP said I left Halo shortly after Infinity. I mean, here's the thing. Halo Infinity, good game. People seem to like the multiplayer, but it was too piecemeal. There hasn't been enough content to keep people there. And we live in a very different world. And it just feels to me like, I'm going to be honest. I think these people going away is a good thing for Halo. That's what I think. There might be people who have been trying too hard to hold on to the way games used to get made, the way games used to get put out. And we don't have fresh blood there that understand or are ready for making Halo a games as a service. Having something that is like, if you look at what Halo 2 was, and then when they dropped maps for like, we were used to getting games and like what you got was what you got. And you just played over and over and over again. And it shipped with a bunch of stuff, and that was it. When they started doing map packs, that changed the game. Literally, but also figuratively, right? And that way of doing things doesn't work anymore. People seem to be happy with Forge. It's 2023, and there isn't a Halo Battle Royale, and that's nuts. And you're right. And and people say it's coming.
But bruh,
it's coming.
Bruh.
Well, here's the thing. I don't honestly know that we need one. Do I think one could be done and be successful? Sure. But I don't think it can compete with Fortnite. No, I don't know that it can compete with PUBG. I don't know that you could do a successful mobile version of it, though.
I don't know if it can compete with Apex.
I don't think it could compete with Apex. I mean, look, there are things you could do. Apex stands out from the crowd because it's 3-person teams, and it was always that way, right? And Fortnite has team, but to enter that space now, if you're not doing something different, if you're not, there's nothing special about the weapons in Fortnite at all.
No, they're regular,
Fortnite has one map. Now they change it like every season, but it's one map, right? But there's so much going on the map that it works. And new characters they all work the same. Not all of them. Mostly they work the same, right? You can like occasionally hit somebody with like a Kamehameha and like one shot somebody or whatever.
That was actually really fun.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but there's so many characters, so many people, and they get so many licenses from so many places that it works. Meanwhile, Avengers shuts down, and like DC Universe Online, I guess, as people, there's Elder Scrolls Online. Like it's not like there aren't things out there that people are playing, but people have a tendency to only have enough time to devote to one thing. Mm-hmm. And so,
especially those
Halo, it's been so far and few between that I feel like every other shooter that evolved into what it is because of what Halo was has managed to do something new enough that they've pulled those people away. Mm-hmm. And they're there. And so now it's not just like you're vying for the same attention that those people are vying for. You're trying to get people back into something they used to do, something they used to play. And I feel like that's much harder. I feel like if nothing else, they should have had like old maps ready to go. Maps from Halo 2, like
they're just now starting to do it a little bit more frequently. When I saw the preview trailer for the latest batch, I immediately was like, I see some favorites, but it's like,
dog, look, let's be real. They put out Forge mode, and the first thing people did with Forge mode was make Halo
maps.
That's what they did. They made old maps. So there's a part of me that is like, I'm happy to see these people go and do other things that are good things. And we're going to talk about what at least one of them is doing now. But this might be a really good thing for Halo. I really just feel like they need new blood who aren't so tied to the way that things were and what things used to be. And I'm going to be honest with you. I know they kind of tried it and people were mad about like Master Chief kind of going away and them trying to bring somebody new in, right? And I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think people were mad because he was black. That's what I really think. And here's why. People saying we don't want somebody new, we want Chief. You don't even know what Chief looks like.
Right.
He's not a person. He's a suit. You know what I mean? And you might really like his voice. I can understand being upset that Cortana's gone. You can see her. Mm-hmm. These characters play exactly the same. It's literally not different from you playing multiplayer. Like are all of you Chief? None of you are Chief. There's plenty of characters who are Spartans who have stories that could be told that don't have to be Master Chief. And I think that there's something to be said for that. I think that there are storylines that can be told that don't have to be his story.
No, right? Look at Reach. Yeah, you got a whole squad of different people with personalities, and yeah.
I'm just saying, like, they introduced an entire new team of people, right? And people weren't on board with it, but people weren't on board with it because they wanted Chief. And they didn't like the way they were getting rid of Chief. And they didn't like the fact that this new team was hunting Chief down. I don't think that was the right way to go about it. I feel like Chief could have like passed the torch. So been like, you know what? Whatever, right? Cortana's out. I'm going to go do whatever I got to do to go down with Cortana or whatever. Mm-hmm. Would have been a better story to tell than having the new character you want to try to push the story forward with be hunting down the old hero that we did love. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't think they went about that the right way. But from like a place, you played with the Arbiter and everybody was cool with that.
True.
Okay. So what are you talking about? Well, they just didn't want Locke. And that's a whole other thing. I think they just need fresh blood, and I think they need to tell a new story. And I don't think they need to like start over, but I think they need to kind of do a Star Wars. Like they need to like
expand. You got.
They can do prequels. Mm-hmm. They can do stuff that's before Chief. They can do stuff like there are plenty of stories to be told.
They develop a universe that we can dive into and just explore it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's get away from it and let's consider dealing with people that have slightly different abilities or can do things that are a little bit different or, you know, whatever that just have, and it could be natural, right? Like this character just is a better jumper, like can jump higher than he, you know, whatever you feel like you have to do. But I like to see them do it. And for me to see the old guard kind of go away.
Mm-hmm.
It is in a lot of ways the same way I feel about the nostalgia that I have for the franchises that I really love. Like, you had to get rid of the old people who just wanted to do it a certain way and bring in people who were familiar with it and loved it growing up and were but are ready to do something new with it. You know what I mean? And still have respect for the IP. So we'll see what happens. On the flip side of that, Joseph Staten, who left, has announced that he's joining Netflix gaming. And this is pretty interesting to me. Specifically because Netflix gaming has been around for a couple of years. We're familiar with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Have you ever looked at it?
No.
Why not?
I don't. I think I'm still in that mindset. It's just like it's Netflix, and I kind of forget that there's that gaming side to it. If I'm going to Netflix, I'm typically going to just watch a movie or watch a show that's on there for it. It's just one of those things that I just don't immediately pair Netflix to.
Sam, what about you?
Well, since I don't have Netflix, I don't. It's furthest thing from my mind. That's why.
That's a wrap. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's because I don't watch Netflix on my phone. And Netflix gaming only exists on your phone. If you log into Netflix on your phone, there's an option to go to games. And then all of these games, and they're good games, are just included with the subscription that you already have for Netflix. So it doesn't cost you anything additional. You don't have to do anything extra. But the reason why it's interesting to me that Joseph Staten ended there is because he is there to help them with what they are calling a AAA game. Original IP. And so that makes, and it says multi-platform.
That's interesting.
Exactly, Sam. Exactly. Your face did what my face did, but mine was cuter. So deal with it. Deal with it. Deal with it. No. So here's the thing. I find that really interesting because Netflix has been taking, I think, the gaming thing seriously. There are parts of it, because it's Netflix, that remind me that like Google just tried to do this. However, because their main focus has been in mobile, and that is a thing that console, like Microsoft's trying to break into mobile. That's what a large part of the Activision acquisition is about. They'll get King, and that gives them Candy Crush, and they make billions of dollars in Candy Crush alone. Forget everything else that King does, just Candy Crush. Sony's trying to do the same thing. Nintendo trying to do the same thing, right? So in all the Mario news, right, this movie is like going to break $1 billion. It's already over the 7. It's almost at 800 million. It's going to break $1 billion, which, in my opinion, is definitely going to change the way that Nintendo does business. It just is. There's no two ways about it, because nothing they have ever done
has done this.
It's got a Billy.
Ever.
They all look at each other. Why have we never done this before?
Hey, look, everything happens for a reason. This is the time this was supposed to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's gonna drive traffic to the Universal Studios. Like,
absolutely.
It is going to sell Switches.
Nintendo said, "Yep." I'll say about the skyrocket.
From Universal Studios.
Yep.
It is going to sell Mario games. It is going to push Donkey Kong in front of people. Like, it is going to fundamentally change the way they do business. However, Mario Kart is selling like crazy right now.
Not surprised after that movie.
But let me ask you a question. When's the last time you looked at the Mario Kart mobile game?
Oh, it's the furthest thing on my mind.
No, I played it when it first came out. I played it for maybe like 2 weeks and never went back to it.
I want you to know that game pulled in like $300 million in the first year.
Okay. Get your money, Nintendo.
More than Mario. Right? So, like, Pikmin has to come to mobile, doesn't it?
I think they should do it. I think you'll have
Like,
they already got the other Pikmin app, so yeah, I think eventually a Pikmin game will come to mobile. Yeah.
So, the fact that Netflix is like, we're getting ready to do a AAA game, that they're talking multi-platform. Here's what I'll tell you. Statistically, if you look at where most people watch Netflix, it's on game consoles. Like 70% of it. 70% of people who watch Netflix are watching it from a PlayStation or an Xbox. Period. We know a lot of people watch from their phone. We know there are people who do tablets. I'm sure there are people that do PC. I'm positive there are some people who do it from their television because their television has it built in. Right. In fact, now a lot of cable boxes have a channel or satellite. They have a channel that just is Netflix.
Go to it as Netflix.
Yeah. I had to get my father with the TV apps. Like, look, that Amazon Prime right here. You can watch all this stuff. Like, it's Disney. You're good to go. You know, I had to set them all up. So yeah.
If Netflix is making a play for the TV, what they have said though is that Netflix is already looking at having their games be available on your TV, like in the Netflix app, and use your phone as the controller.
Okay. Okay.
If they are making a multi-platform AAA game, I mean, most of what they have is like indie stuff. Yeah. And again, like
they got the Stranger Things game
stuff. Yeah. Like, and again, good stuff. But AAA multi-platform is a different thing. And if they're going to make it so that, like, if you're already watching on Xbox or PlayStation, you can go to your Netflix app and you can go to games, and this game is included with your subscription, and or Nintendo's going to get into the phone business era. No, no, they won't. Nah, they won't do that.
Crap.
If you can play it with the Xbox controller or the PlayStation controller you already have,
you're good.
If you don't have a Netflix subscription and you can buy this game on your Xbox or your PlayStation, and it pops up and it says Netflix games, and you could be playing it for free through a subscription, because we're already talking about Game Pass being a game subscription model, Luna being a game subscription model, Ubisoft Plus being a game subscription model, EA Play, a game subscription model. Netflix already is a subscription.
Yeah, they need to build it into it. Yeah.
And so many people, it is built into
it. Yeah. It's just get the content, get the right stuff out there. Like
it's very different from Google saying, we know you watch YouTube, play games on here too, because it's not a dedicated subscription for most people already. Like Luna could be, because if they do it, if it done right, I mean, again, most people already have Amazon Prime, but don't watch Amazon Prime or use Amazon Music. Like I already have Amazon Music.
No, I get Amazon. Hey, listen, I get emails from them every other day. It's part of it. I get an email from them every other day about, listen, you have an unused benefit. And I just never went. Just never used it.
It's audio, because that's what Amazon is. It's books. It's audio books. It's music. And I'm like, I'm paying for Spotify Premium, and I have Amazon Prime. I can just literally go on Amazon Music and just rock. Nobody's even like, you're paying for it. You already have it. They're just giving it to you. So if they was just like, you know what, just buy the controller and you can have Luna. Look at Sin, like, hold on, I didn't know all this was there. Yeah, dog.
No, they asking me choosing these 3 artists. Like I've never touched this before. Anything. I'm like, hold up.
I know, dog. I know, and that's my point. Cause Amazon already has your money, and the beautiful thing about Amazon is it's yearly. You don't pay it monthly. You pay it once for the year, and then you just have it. And most people have it because they just want the shipping.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't thinking about that subscription. Not even in the slightest. Not even in the slightest. So Netflix already has people.
Hey, oh, look.
9:42. I'm just
Ty, you lucky we still here.
Right.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, Netflix already has people that are built in and used to going in and logging in.
Mm-hmm.
And when you log in, you have it. It's there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's really interesting, and I'm interested to see what they do. There's a high possibility we never hear about this again.
True.
My man said I keep forgetting why Jack Ryan, my sister-in-law, works on the show. Hey man,
that's a fail. Like,
yeah, I think I just got to watch the new season. I've seen all the others.
What you doing, dog? I mean,
I actually started watching Jack Ryan. It wasn't like a little while ago. I haven't finished it, but it's not bad.
Tell your sister-in-law we want to talk to her. We'll bring her on the show. Let's do an interview. Let's find out what's popping. Let's get the Jack Ryan thing popping. Yeah, it's there, bro. I use it for like one championship. When it's a fight, bro, I'm in there. I'm ready. I send y'all fresh knockout videos like every day.
Oh, what?
I'm gonna tell you what my new listen. We about to close the show. Let me tell you what my new obsession is. There is a Instagram that's called like kids getting hurt. Hey, dog,
whatever, I'm laughing. Them things make me chuckle all the time.
Listen, hey, dog, listen. I'm gonna tell you what did it. Because at first I was like, I shouldn't watch this. Hey, dog, I got jammed up. I must have watched this joint like 15 times in a row, dog. Like, I can't tell you the last time tears were in my face because I was laughing at something. Listen to me, dog. It's the shortest clip, bro. I could not stop watching this. And this little girl was like picking with her brother or something. Mighty Mouse is a beast. Listen. She was picking with her brother or something, and he was like making fun of her or whatever. And then he got mad and he tried to like kick her in the face, dog. And when he went to kick her, dog, this is the thing. He tried to kick her so hard, bruh, that he yanked his own foot from under him. So like when he went to his other joint went yoink, slammed with his face, wham. Hey, dog, and when he got up,
I'm already prepared
and just started booing her, hey, dog, the look on her face, she's so happy. She turns and looks at the camera. It's a fact, yo. Listen. Yes, Jay. Look.
Send me that clip.
Oh,
yeah. Just
let me tell you something. Because I saved it. Because A Slim, he hit the ground so hard. Wham! And you know how like that joint where you fall, you hit so hard, you so hurt, you immediately get up. Like you just
try to walk it off
real quick, yeah.
That joint puts you right back down.
You got up. I watched the joint yesterday where this lady is at the top of a slide and puts the kid on the slide, right? Slim goes down the slide and disappears around the corner. She's holding the phone, climbs into the slide down. This little Bama didn't make it all the way down the slide. She kicked Slim right in the head.
Get down that slide.
It's terrible, dog. I'm terrible.
One of my favorite jokes is mother sitting on the couch and the brother sisters run at each other. As soon as they get in front of her, when she just like test boot this dude to the face cleanly, they was running full speed. She just wham.
See, and that's
drops
the thing. It shouldn't be funny.
But it is.
But it is, dog. It is.
It's when the John Cena music in the background.
His name's John Cena.
Dog, you know I'm getting ready to send you these joints now because I can't help myself.
God.
I was close to downloading these joints and showing them on here, and I was like, nah.
Whatever.
Nah, it is. It's going too far. All right, look. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us.
Hey, before you close it out, I'm gonna throw these couple pictures up right quick because I know.
Okay, that's right. That's right.
That's cool. So we was talking about the MCW. So I'll throw a couple up. I know obviously most people are gonna know. So,
hey, dog, I'm looking at these.
Dog, why does this do this? Whatever. But
everybody gotta turn their head, dog.
Dog, the Joan is an upright photo, so I don't know. Whatever. But obviously,
you got a hospital badge on, like you went to the visiting. Joint.
I had VIP access. I had to wear that.
You just ordered that joint from Amazon. You had to take.
No, it's so I could get into certain areas. They gave me that little thing that I had to wear. But that was me and DDP. This one, this was before he made the move over to WWE/NXT. Of course.
Just crotch. Okay.
No, this joint is. But me and Leo Rush. This is not gonna work, even though these. But this was before. You're welcome, Sam. This is not working. But me and Leo Rush before him making the transition over to WWE, that was actually his last night at MCW.
Hey, that Geekdom Con.
Let's see.
You know what? I don't know. We'll see.
Been asked a couple times.
If we make it. Yeah.
This is probably my favorite one. Let's see how well. Of course not. Jesus. But this was me. I don't understand it. It's not me, Sin. Shut up.
You don't want to upload the crotches. I'm just asking.
But that was me and Gorillas of Destiny. So that was probably my favorite one. I got one last one that's probably not
another crotch shot.
It's not going to agree. We'll see. Melon, I don't understand why you just don't auto.
Don't blame it on Melon.
Yeah, don't try to blame it now because you already knew it was like that. You already knew it was like that before you uploaded.
All right, so this one's a special one. For those that are really truly familiar with MCW, this is RJ Meyer, aka the Bruiser. He was the staple of MCW. He was there from the beginning. Unfortunately, recently he passed away from leukemia. Okay. But he was the guy that pretty much was there when MCW started. When he had to step aside and was no longer able to wrestle, he became a coach at the MCW training center to usher in the new wave, new generation of stars to come. Afterwards, they did rename the MCW actual arena after him in honor of his memory, but that one's a real special one there. And there's a few others that I have that I wasn't able to find, but solid.
I say you just get ready to post them to Instagram, post them to our joint, post them to your joint. Let's just make a thing out of it. You know what I'm saying? I think that'll be dope.
Yeah, Leo Rush was cool. Like I've met him a few different times. Leo Rush is cool. Of course, he's from here, which is even better.
Exactly. He watched that video.
He watching that show like we're not even still streaming online right now. And he's gone. He's done. He's done.
It's over.
Done.
His whole body felt that joint, dog. Oh, I'm good. It's right on deck.
I'm in.
His whole body felt that.
It's done now.
I tried to resist. Like I didn't follow them at first. I was like, that's trifling. I shouldn't follow this joint. And once you like one, them joints start showing up.
Yeah.
Every time one of the joints popped up, dog, I was dying. I was laughing. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna follow them. I just need I just need a little pick me up.
Little quick laugh. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Hey, kids can bend in some ridiculous ways. I seen it. I just watched this dude, his father, like he's holding one child and he's playing soccer. And the child kicks the ball to him, and he return kicks that joint, and that joint was like bing, like just caught Slim all in the mouth. And I was like, "This is what you get. It's perfect." You okay, buddy?
Perfect.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so couple of things. Loading Stacks Movie Club movie of the month is The Wiz.
The Wiz.
So, if you haven't seen The Wiz, I highly recommend you watch it. We will be having a discussion not this week, but the following week, on that Wednesday. Again, we'll post and make sure you're aware. But I can't wait for this discussion. I have no idea what direction it's gonna go in. But it's gonna be a good time. That is for sure. Sin.
Yeah.
Talking about Thursdays.
Thursday, we have Thriller Park. Every Thursday, we will be doing episodes 7 through 9 this week of Terror in Residence. Very good so far. Everybody's locked in. Everybody's enjoying it. So tune in with us if you have the time. We also have not Thriller Park, just like that. Anime Vote. Season 3 is back. Season 1 for the public. Episode 1 for the public. That's for y'all this week. Patreon members, you all will get episode 2 on Thursday. So stay tuned for that. And episode 2 is Battle Angel. For those who might want to know. So, yes, very much so a classic. So, yes, that's this week for that. And weeklies on the weekend. Next.
Okay. Jokes.
Yo.
The finisher.
We're working on. The definite thing I know that we got coming up, Backlash, WWE's next pay-per-view, May 6th. Tentatively, we're looking at doing a prediction show on May 6th, early in the day before the actual pay-per-view. So that will probably be the next on the docket for wrestling.
I dig it. Drop the Beacons link, sir. Again, for those of y'all who are hanging out with us, if you hit that Beacons link, that just gives you access to where we are across all the social media. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Kick. Follow us across the board. We'd appreciate it. Check us out on Patreon. If you have some bucks to spend and throw our way, we can keep doing what we're doing. We greatly appreciate it. If you can't, again, there's some benefits that are there for you. But if not, just keep jumping in here, using the like button, subscribe for us, sharing. That definitely helps. We're just doing everything we can to fight the algorithms. That's just kind of how it has to be. Also, while you're there, you can jump in, hit our merch link. And from there, you can purchase your own Loading Snacks versus Autism 2023 shirts, hoodies, mugs, stickers, anything that you go there and you purchase. All proceeds are being donated to the Organization for Autism Research. So just trying to do our part to give back. Look forward to some other things like that coming from us in the future, as well as some other new shirt designs. People have kind of been asking for them. It's been a little while since we've updated. The last really new one was like the brick shirt and the finisher shirts. So we're looking at some new designs and putting some stuff together. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But right now we want to concentrate on making sure that we're taking care of giving back. And so the autism shirts are the big thing right now. Sin, you have a job to do.
Yes, so let's shout out our top tier patrons, starting with Anthony Cunningham, Marcus Houston, Susan Dortch, Tyrone Carson, Meticulous Skin, Alex Lee, Ellis Mbe. Thank you very much. We truly, truly appreciate you.
Now, for those of you who would like to see us live and direct and in person, we will be at Nerdpocalypse on April 29th. For those who are unfamiliar, this is a Nerdpocalypse classic, so it's going back to the old school. There will be a stage, there will be karaoke, there's life-size Jenga, there's life-size Connect 4. There will be vendors, and there will be lots of drinks. Nerdpocalypse is a bar crawl from 3 to 9. Yeah. All the different bars that are there have different themed drinks that you can get that are pop culture themed. And there's been everything from wrestling stuff to Pokemon stuff to Harry Potter stuff. So highly recommend just search Nerdpocalypse on Facebook. You can follow Transcendent Events, which throws that. We'll be doing some hosting and stuff there like we normally do. But yeah, feel free to come out at the power plant live down near the harbor. So if you're in the area, man, I highly recommend making that your choice of thing to do for Saturday. There's always an after party because people are already there and already drunk. And then once that happens, they start letting the public in. But it's locked off to people who have tickets for it up to that point. But it's a good time, man. It's really good time. Play, people who enjoy. pop culture stuff, just kind of hanging out, doing trivia, doing karaoke, like I said, singing songs and just having a good old time. So, and drinking.
Drinking.
I just want to know the list so I can find the good
I just need to know. I just need to know the list.
I just gotta find the list so I can find the one good one.
I know. It's going down.
Oh, facts.
So we'll be there in a couple of weeks. I think that's it for the show for tonight. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us. It does really mean the world to us. We appreciate your time and your patronage. Because otherwise we'd just be talking to each other, which we could do without y'all here. So, and it's not the same. I just want y'all to know it's not the same. So for myself, Gage, for Sin, and for Jokes, and for the rest of the Lotus Ass crew, we want to bid you a good night. Jokes, if you would please tell the people what I need them to know.
Hey, and remember, y'all, just because you have a well thought out plan doesn't make it a good idea.
With that, we are out. Toodles or lose.
Loading snacks.